Sometimes people visit me and they come talk about their things, telling me the story of what there's happening in their lives. And we both live in this life, but for me it's totally different. I know they live in the illusion of the idea this all is real. And out of that, they talk to me about the things which are real for them, but for me, I know it's not real. So they tell me unreal things, but I cannot say that to them. They don't understand because it is so important for them. And they tell me things about their unreality to me, and they think that I live in that same situation, in that same consciousness, but I am more like, I see you caught in your own illusion and telling me about it, but I know it is illusion and I know how it will go in your life. I know all about it because I can see through it. And it's not nice to be brutal to them and say, oh, you are a liar, you are not the truth. But on the other hand, if I talk with them, I keep them in their illusion. I enforce it. If you talk to someone about what you really are, they cannot reach that consciousness, that level, because they think they are this person with all things happening. And you know it's not true. So how to deal with that? You must be patient and compassionate and all that, but on a certain time you cannot do that anymore. It asks too much of your as long as you're not really in that real state, you have sometimes you are caught back and you have the difficulty to stay there, and people come and try to talk about the illusion of life and they put you back in that illusion. That's the whole thing. If you are really stable in the reality, you don't even open the door when they call, because you know they are not real, it's illusion. But you don't want to hurt them. Then you hurt yourself because you keep yourself caught in the idea of separation. So, leave it to God. He will open the consciousness. And I always see Ramana Maharshi as an example, or Nisargadatta Maharaj. Ramana was a quiet soul, and people felt by his radiance the truth, and that was for him no trouble that they came. And Nisargadatta Maharaj was not a quiet type. He was totally realized, and people came to him with questions, and he had the compassion to answer. But if they kept on asking the same question, he said, go. It's not a kindergarten here. You leave, get out. So he was not that patient when they didn't follow him. So, and then about Sai Baba, he is born totally free. So he has not a single problem with all the people, because he created all himself, and out of compassion he came to earth to gather people, to bring them to the level of freedom. And That is the greatest love I ever experienced of someone. And it's a promise to become free. So, whatever to do, trust God and He will take care of everything. Whatever happens, it is His doing, and you are the instrument of the consciousness of awareness. So if you hear the doorbell, or you look up because you see the movement on the street, it's not worth the trouble, because it's only illusion passing by. But then again, when you do open the door, or you do look, it's illusion opening the door or looking. There's just anything that is to be seen or to be known or to be experienced, every single thing, it's illusion. Because reality cannot be experienced. It can only be something vague, about deep inside, knowing about it, feeling it is there, but you cannot reach for it because you cannot grasp it. Reality is that realm in which all illusion takes place. So if you want to do something in the illusion to get out of illusion, it doesn't work. Only when you are so down, you can't have any more. Then the help arrives. There will be a guru or some teacher when you are ready. And the teacher himself is also in illusion, but he knows he is in illusion. So with a teacher or a guru, then you can be assured that he will get you out. Because he touches the reality inside, which is not touchable, but it is, he shares the reality inside. And then you still can go to the door or not when someone calls you. You will be convinced more and more that's the play of illusion. And that you are the witness. You are the observer. So that's the only thing that can make you feel better in the illusion. To know you come out. Have a good journey to go to the self. What should I care about how the day passes? It's illusion. Whatever happens, it is fake. It's not real. Why should we cling to the unreal? Because we think we are real, and in that illusion over there, in this fantasy life, this dream life, we think we are real as dreamer. But because we are dreamer, the dreamer can only see dreams, because otherwise it would not be a dreamer. A dreamer without dreams is awake or doesn't exist. What do I care about how this day in illusion passes? Because I learned by making mistake over mistake over mistake and making myself believe the reality of the illusion and feeling all the things that brought me deeper to the illusion. Finally, you understand this cannot be real. So then there is the waking up. But when you wake up, you know that all that exists is illusion, including your body form and your mind. So what do I care what happens in this day? Because my mind makes an opinion of it, and then my mind decides whether it was a nice day or a bad day, and as a result of that, I feel good or I feel shitty. That's all that is taking place. And if you don't mind how the day passes, what's in it, then you stay free of it, of the result of your mind. The mind wants you to choose one side, a pretty nice side for the ego. The ego wants to be happy in illusion, because ego itself is illusion. When you start to understand ego is illusion, ego disappears, and it surely don't want to disappear, because it wants to exist. It was there ages, ancient times. You were led by your ego. And now that you understand this is all the story of your mind only, when you don't think, there is nothing. So it is only the thoughts that make up this whole history of your life. So why would you be concerned? And why would you not feel good and allow it to appear? It appears anyway. It is there because it is put on, like when you put on a clock, you turn on this thing and the clock starts to tick. And that's what is in illusion. It is turned on, and when you don't give it your attention anymore, you don't want anything, you don't want to change, you just let it be, then the current goes back. You don't feed it anymore, like the wind, the vein that cools the room. When you put the current off, the vein still turns until there is no more current left, and it stops. And that's what happens when you understand you are living in illusion. The story is going to end. That's good. That's good, but this joy is not of the ego. No. It's the reality itself that feels finally. So in the meantime, you appreciate what's there. Just let it pass, see it. Don't try to change it. Accept or accept. Would you feel that accept will bring you hope, and accept will keep you there in the illusion. So it's easy. It's easy. Would you like to experience the greatness of what God is? You cannot touch it, but you can imagine when you spread your arms wide and to that side, you spread your arms wide with your hands open, and you behold the totality of the cosmos between your arms. It's not only of you, person, or your city, or your country, or the world, the stars, the planets, all together. You behold it between your arms. And then you feel backwards of you the immense space where the cosmos as we know it is floating in. And before you, endlessly space. Above you, below you, you cannot imagine how great this is. And this all is one fingertip of what God is. Sai Baba said that the whole cosmos, every single galaxy, all the galaxies together is only 1/4 of his power. The whole creation is 1/4 of his totality. And we cannot imagine the whole creation, all the galaxies and all the movements and all the billions of people having birth there and living their lives and dying, and the animals fighting for their existence, and all the things that happen, all the things that grow in consciousness of all billions of people and living beings. All that is only on the earth. And imagine what happens when the sun is having a sunstorm, the storms bursting out of the sun, and the moon turning to the dark side, and whatever is playing in this cosmos it is just a fingertip of what God is. And this is what Sai Baba is. There's nothing not a single world can experience what Sai Baba is. He is, and I met him, and he enlightened my life, and I start to understand a little bit of the power that holds us and keeps us, brings us to the life, the experience of being alive without form and without thoughts and without wantings. And you will explode. And I cannot imagine. It's a miracle. But that power is also inside us, and we have it with us. That greatness of existence. And we are so busy with, I don't like it. He's doing that. So far drifted off our own happiness and our bliss. But we will find it back, because God promised that He will do it. His power inside. Thank God for being there for me and for you and for all living beings, if they realize it yet or not. Everybody will arrive in that blissful state. It's amazing that you will never be bothered anymore by little things like a flat tire on the bike, or a rain on your head, or that's the neighbor make noise, or it's so little small. Let it be. It will bring you to your state of being beyond all the galaxies and all the cosmoses. It will bring you inside, because what you think is already a galaxy. Your thoughts, your wantings, it is already a galaxy of atoms and vibrations, and want that, not that. It is all coming out of your mind. It's a cosmos coming out of you. just be your own light. It's light inside. The light is inside. The God that you are. The bliss is inside. Be aware of it and don't bother about the outer world. Happy, happy. There exists only one experience. There exists only one being. There exists only one incarnation, experiencing all the forms in its own self-awareness. As a matter of fact, nothing exists, no thing, but existence is, and experience is experienced. So in what and who is that knows? It's the formlessness inside this great field of awareness. And it is aware of all experiences because it is only one experience altogether. It's always the same experience. It's the experience of being lost and the experience of coming home. In whatever form. And there's only one existence. And it is the existence that looks like different forms, but it is always the same existence. And when you see that, there's only one incarnation. It is the incarnation of that God, that power of God, of that enormous field of wisdom and beingness that went into a form and experienced all life in that awareness, in that form. So you can see that only God exists. It is His idea of separation from Himself. He that created this whole cosmic realm experiences all what is going on in that cosmic realm. Be it a star that is born, or be it a planet that is arising, or be it thunderstorms, or be it the warmth of the sun, the power of the sun. It is all experienced by this one how to call it, that existence, what we are. It's so huge and so wide and so vast and so immeasurable that we we don't know how far we are lost when we are angry. And the mailman is a bit late. Terrible, horrible. But that's what is. And the God in you knows that. So grow, open yourself to that God inside, this power of existence. It is an empty awareness which is filled by the imagination of its own creation. And that's you. You are not this little person. You are so great that you cannot comprehend. You are overwhelmed by your own greatness. Be there, you are there. And you play in this realm of existence on earth. You play that you're a little dot. But that's now, it's finished. Come back in this, wow, greatness of your being. Explosion of bliss and love. Awareness of the free awareness inside. Visible and experienced as beingness. Bliss, bliss, bliss. We all have the possibility to travel in the space of our own being, to drift around in the free state that we are. And what are we doing? Pyung, crawling in this form and feeling its limit, the borders, its limitation of not able to move or go where you want. There's always trouble, and it's always difficulties, and it's always not enough. Why do we crawl into this stupid border, the form that limits us, while we are this great free field? You tell me? Well, to know that we are that great free field, of course. To know that it's the stars cannot shine without darkness, and to know that it is warm, we first have to feel the cold. But it doesn't have to take ages. Well, we are so used to be in this form that we think it's our habit, our home, the habitation, the place of us, and we cry when we lose it. And family around us cries when we lose our form, but they don't know how happy you are when you go out. In Africa, there are tribes that cry when there is a baby born, and that they dance and they make music when someone dies, because they know there's the freedom. In India also, they know that the soul is freed. But here in the West, we give so much meaning to our human form, and we dress ourselves up with the latest, the mode of what is all the people wear, and the hair like that, so you have to do the same. Oh, we are so sick in our minds. And you look around when you have something else than the other, you look, what will they say? Oh my goodness, you are this space. You are the space, not this little invisible dot that is floating around somewhere. Not worth to mention. Such a small being that you are, that you put yourself in. You are great inside, and you put yourself in a little point, and you think that's important. Well, stop it. Now it's enough. Take your freedom back. It's your birthright and you have it already, so you only have to accept it. Accept to be free. You can only wake up when you really, really understand this is all illusion. Then the reality shows up. As long as you believe this here is a sort of reality, even if you know it is not true, you still believe in it. Otherwise, you would be extremely happy. But as long as you believe whatever shows up is there, you are in that appearance. You are not visible. You are a sort of smoky, misty. You are light. You are just light. And there is a sort of curtain between you and what you see. And this curtain, this veil, is 100% thick for the most of us. And we worry and we blah 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 in that state. And when we have had enough, really inside we felt so much miserable things, and only by miserable things you want to get rid of it. So then something changes. We never want to change. If we are on a holiday on a beach with an ice cream and sunshine and a good meal and friends and music, then we don't want to change. We only need to change when it hurts. And then still we don't want it to leave it until we can really not take anymore. Then you bend, sit down, you go on your knees and you ask for help. That's where the teacher comes. Your inner self, the reality. And then slowly reality starts to make the veil less thick. And it takes time, of course. But that's what is. You only can wake up if you don't believe the dream anymore, the illusion, the imagination. It can still be there, but as long as you are there, over there in this world of creation, you suffer. You suffer from not having things, and you are afraid when you have it, you suffer from maybe you will lose it. So it's not a nice place at all. But when you realize what you are, you can enjoy every minute of that play of illusion, imagination. But you must wake up first. If you just go in the world, you are lost. If you leave the world, bam, I go up to God, you can feel bliss and happiness, but you still wake up in the morning. So you have to come down to the earth again, but this time with God, hand in hand with God, with the real self in you. Or God is transforming you. The wisdom of God inside transforms. And then, be sure that it will. You have had such a long way already. You have been so long yearning to the freedom of yourself, the reality. This dream cannot last longer, not much longer. There are moments that you are awakened, and that's why you want to continue that, because it's the greatest bliss to merge in the reality of yourself, the awakened state, God, beloved self. But it's not painful anymore. Whatever happens, You know, it's just appearance. It's a play. And then it will change. You will see that it will change that life. My goodness. Be happy, be happy. Every day, again and again, be happy because you are in the light. Yeah, shadow is behind you. Most people don't know it and they live in the shadow and they have the light. They don't see the light. But when you go to the light, the shadow is behind you. And when you just live your life in illusion, you live in the shadow, you have the light behind you. So you cannot see it. You have to turn around, wake up, and then there's only light, even in this state of imagination. It's all in the light. Light shines on imagination. Your light. Enjoy it. So as long as you believe the dream for real, you keep dreaming. It's not real, so don't believe it anymore. And then this state of your consciousness will open up, and there will be no trouble anymore, because everything is light. This light shines from within. It is God. It is your own self, your true reality, and it shines on the dream. But as long as you are in the dream, you cannot find that light, because the dream is it appears always in a sleep state. You cannot wake up when you sleep. Only that what happens in the dream, a nightmare, will wake you up. That's what happens in this dream life also. Not only in the sleep time in the night, when you have a nightmare, but also in this daily life, which is the same as a dream in the night, but it takes longer. But it's the same. It's always only dream. And then you try to find the light in the dream. Well, then open your eyes and you can see the light. That's waking up. Open your eyes, look around, and what's this? This is not real. Then reality is seeing already that this here is not real. As soon as you see this is not real, it is not seen by you because you are in the unreal state. It is seen by the reality in you. And that will open up more and more. You are awake when you know this is not real. That's the only way to wake up. Not believe the dream anymore. See it. You are the seer. And then that even the seer disappears. There remains only seeing or knowing. Knowing of what? Of no thing. It's bliss. Funny joke. Since there exists no individual, there cannot be a longing for freedom for that individual. That's freedom, enlightenment. How can there be enlightenment for that which does not exist? You don't exist. It's the funny game of the realization, the real, well, it is not even a real self because there is no other, no opposite. There's only what is. How can there be freedom from what is? impossible. Don't search for freedom, because then something arises in that free state. What is? Something pops up and is looking for freedom. But it wasn't there at all. It wasn't there in the first place. Stop looking for freedom. Stop wanting to become free, because there is nothing but freedom. More simple it cannot be. What is, is. And if you think you need to find yourself, you have to take a distance of yourself first. So, like a flat ocean, there's nothing but ocean. And then something in the ocean starts to think, I need freedom. But then something must pop up from the ocean, the wave, and wave is looking around for the ocean. But it is the ocean. You see what you are doing? And so you can go on timelessness, limitless time you can go on, because even time does not exist. The ocean is limitless, and only the wave that pops up to look for the ocean lives in time. So the pain and the trouble and all the difficulties are for the wave. But all the time it is the ocean. You can see it. I know you can see it. I see it. Ocean is flat and peaceful. Pop, a wave comes up looking for the ocean. Peace is there everywhere. All is formless peace. All is as it is, peaceful. And then something pops up out of the peace, looking around for peace, while it is peace. My goodness, what are we doing? You are free. And in your freedom, there is something coming up. In that freedom is something coming up looking for freedom. So that must be freedom. Now it's finished looking, huh? Done. It's a funny game. It's really a funny game from the one self that exists. Oh, good. It's funny. There is only what is. We are so used to look at different parts and to divide it, and that's good and that's not good, and I don't want to be this, I want to be that. It's all the same what pops up out of the free state. It's all freedom. Freedom can only know freedom. So you are that. There's nothing else. However, whatever it looks like, it is freedom. It is light. Enlightenment. When enlightenment looks for freedom, it is enlightenment looking for itself. If freedom is looking for enlightenment, it is freedom looking for itself. There is nothing else than this what is now here. Or however, whatever it is, freedom, it is light. It is you. Good. Be happy. There is nothing that says you cannot do this, you have to do that, because everything is in freedom. Freedom doesn't mind about how it looks. It knows it is free. And you are that freedom, whatever you do. Whether you walk in the rain, or you are making a meal, or it doesn't matter, or you are shouting to the children to to do their homework. It is all happening in freedom. It is the dream of freedom itself, and it is a dream of freedom. It makes it up, and all that appears in it is freedom itself, just like the wave in the ocean coming up. The wave doesn't come up. It's the ocean itself that pushes up the wave. And whatever happens here and now, it is the freedom itself that pushes up the appearances out of itself. Whether you look for freedom or that you run away from it, it is not even your doing. It is not yours. It is all is the doing of freedom itself, of that inside what you are. And people pray to gods in temples and in churches, and they fall on their knees, and it's all happening in freedom, in enlightenment. It is all light. It is light. It is the play of freedom, of emptiness itself. If you make a trouble of it, it becomes to have a form, and it becomes to make pain and trouble if you make something of it, of the freedom. But if you just appreciate that what is seen and heard as freedom itself, this is how freedom looks. Well, what's there to do? Accept everything. Headache? It's in freedom. What you can call thousands of things that happen, but there's just one freedom. There's only one enlightenment, with all in it. If you have a book with thousands of letters, all the letters in the book are not looking at the other and that's better, and I think I next time I will be a W because I don't like to be a V. It's all that comes up, and in the book it is together, and that's the whole creation is in freedom. It's living, it is coming up in God, in the beloved, in freedom, and you have nothing to do with it. You don't have to deal with it. You don't have to change it. You don't have to do anything. Just accept what is already there. And if you want to fight it, it happens in freedom. And when you're hurt and are tired from fighting, it happens in freedom. But all the time, you are the ocean with all the waves on it. They play. They are looking for the ocean while they are the ocean itself. So its ocean is laughing about it. And the waves, tired of looking, they sink down and they are home. But all the time they were home, and that's you. You are looking for freedom. I am looking for freedom. No, our ego wants to have a good time. That's the whole. If we were satisfied, we were not looking. But that's the part of us that is separated. It's the wave that wants freedom, not the ocean. And we think we are this separated, and that needs freedom, but we are free. It's a play, it's a play, and it's finished. The play also is free. There's nothing but love, there's nothing but wisdom, there's nothing but freedom, there's nothing but enlightenment, there's nothing but beingness. Have a good time.
the way